Welcome to this short discussion on the Journey Roadmap. Now, this is designed to guide your practice members who are wanting to take their care way beyond their initial care. However, they may not be aware of that, they may not realize it. So, there's a roadmap here that we've developed over a number of years now and tested in probably thousands of practices now. And you'll find that this has a huge impact on the four main things that people get stuck on in terms of with chiropractic. They don't get the big picture. They don't understand that it's more than just a short-term fix for a limited number of problems. And they don't understand that their past events and situations and things that have happened to them in their history affect where they are now. And they have little respect for the understanding of the effects of time in their health. They see that health incidences are occurrences that are very short term in nature, or they're really serious and they need to be fixed as soon as possible. And the fourth thing is that they don't understand that adjustments are layered on each other. And so there's repetition over time that's required within the chiropractic approach. So we need a model for this. We need something that's visual, something that's simple, something that allows a person to say, oh, okay, fine, I see it. And within that, then there's explanations that need to take place of a very simple nature once again. And it's not necessarily about chiropractic. It's one of the things that chiros tend to get all excited about is that, oh, a new person, I want to fill them full of chiropractic. No, it's not about that. It's about allowing that person to come to their own recognitions about the journey that they're on, where they are, where they were, and where they want to go. So let's jump over to a more graphical interface here and explore this journey roadmap. So here we have the journey. So the journey roadmap is a graphical representation, and it's pretty crude and it's not really fancy when it's layout, but it works and people get it. The color scheme's designed for specific purposes. The structure of it is designed for specific purposes. So let's just give you a real quick little thumbs up around how this works. The first thing the person knows is that, wow, they've got something going on and they want help. And they need to have a respect here for what's taken place in order to get to this event. It didn't just happen. We know, as far as they're concerned, maybe it did, but we know that there's been a series of things that have gone on in their past to get them to the point that's weakened the tissue or themselves enough to take them over the top. Now, it could be that that the stressor, and this is one of the elements that people need to know, has to be managed by the resistance. And so if a stressor exceeds resistance, then we are in a downward spiral. The body has to accommodate in some way, has to compensate. So they need to understand, and this could be in the three areas here, thoughts, traumas, and toxins, that we have these stressors. And so people will understand that when they get to understand that, well, okay, some thoughts, bad thoughts have effects on me. Traumas, obviously, that's the physical, and toxins are the foods we're eating and the environment we're in. So that allows people to get a handle on that, and they say, well, yeah, too much of that will cause, in the absence of adequate resistance, will cause a downward movement. So it's that reframe of the past. It's a wakening up. It's a pattern interrupt for a person that when they come in and see us at this point of need, and or maybe somewhere down the track here, they may come in before they get to symptoms, but they know they're not functioning as well as they could. But they need a reframe around the direction that they've come from, and then they can make some saner choices about where they want to go to, because the classic model is in this direction, because it's based on just getting people above the line. If we just get you above the line with these drugs, if we just get you above the line with this adjustment, this bit of physio, this this operation. But ultimately what happens is that the person loses their function to the point where they can't even get out of their symptoms. So and we all see those people day in and day out, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame to see human potential being stifled because of a healthcare system that is not working. And it's a system in which we've focused so much of our time and attention on the presenting situation, and the goal is to get the person out as quickly as possible. That's considered to be good healthcare, and it is so incorrect. So anyway, we know we differ from that. We know that we have a different viewpoint, and we know that we want to see people in an optimized state. We want to see people experiencing life as it should be, as it's designed to be, and as was their birthright, as they were born. So in other words, life should be, as our good dear friend Richard Gold says, life should be like a candle, should burn brightly from the beginning through to the end, burn once or twice, flicker once or twice, and then go out. And so this should be the expression of life. And what we find is when a person's degenerated to here, then this expression of life is somehow it's an uphill battle, right? There's a lot of work that has to be done, and because of a loss of inherent function, the degeneration of the body, the degradation of the tissue, obviously that bar gets lowered. So the objective here is wherever possible, how can we support a person and challenge a person to optimize what is right for them? And what we know about this, and this is something that has been neglected in chiropractic in many areas, is that there's a phase here called regenerative care. Now, regenerative care is based on the fact that the body doesn't heal. The body regenerates. Tissues regenerate, new cells come into place the old. And it's the vitality in the individual that allows those new cells to come in at a higher level than the previous older cells. And that's a regenerative process, and it does take time. So this time factor here is the critical element that people need to get. And by starting the reframe right from the beginning, that this has been time, and a downward spiral, this will take time in an upward spiral. When people get that, their viewpoint about what you do, why you do it, and the requirements for them to do repetition over time relative to their body, their mind, their diet, their ways of living, takes on a whole new viewpoint for them. So it allows them then to make better decisions, and you will find that they'll want to come in to the office and get checked and adjusted if necessary, and that becomes their motivation, rather than just coming in because they want to get away from something that's aching and hurting. And sure, they'll do that in the beginning, but as they get more on board with this and they start to really own it, then they'll be coming in because that's just what they do. They want to stay as well as they can be. They want to keep pushing the boundaries. They want to keep allowing their life to express at the highest level possible. And so this is the journey. We're all on a journey. This just wakes people up to the fact that they are on a journey, and it's magic. Now, obviously, it's interspersed with a number of different segments of videos and questionnaires and structured talks and so forth, which allow people to cement that into their awareness, and so they can then start to be one with that journey. They can start to have an active process in it. So it's no longer a passive care that you have to manage and control people for. It's an active process of awakening and enlivening. So if this makes sense to you and you'd like to engage with us more on this, then you can make a time to have a chat, and we'll just go through where you are, where you want to go, and recommend some strategies that would allow you to get there. So if that's the case, just click on the link on the page here, and look forward to seeing you. Cheers.